Hey everyone. I'm not going to give my normal greeting where I say I hope you're doing well because if you're anything like me, you're not. Also, here's my cat Kipo joining us. He wants to be part of this too. But yeah, if you're anything like me, you're not doing well right now. I'm recording this the evening of January 20th, which was obviously Martin Luther King Day, but more relevantly was also the inauguration day of Donald Trump. And I think for many of us, we knew this day was coming for the past couple months, but it still was a really dark day, made even all the worse by just seeing how it all went down with Elon Musk literally out there doing a Sig Heil twice. And yes, it was a Sig Heil to all of those of you denying it. Even fascists agree. So fuck that nonsense gaslighting. And that's one of the things I want to talk about because, people are going to try and keep gaslighting. It is bad. I know that it is bad. And it's very scary. And frankly, my fiance and I are kind of terrified of what's to come. We're already stretched thin financially. It's partially why we moved. And I'm worried about being able to pay my bills over the next 4 years because I know it's not going to get any easier in those regards in a lot of ways. And I know for a lot of other people, it's going to be a lot harder. I mean, I'm lucky enough, I've had access to a lot of my surgeries that I've wanted as a trans person, but I'm also scared for my own healthcare, my being able to access hormones. And I know a lot of other people have even more precarious situations when it comes to that. And it's just, there's so many other things, people getting deported, things like that. I mean, I could run down a laundry list of all the things that I'm terrified of over the next 4 years. But even just today, beyond the Sig Heil, Trump did an executive order that declared there are only two sexes. And, part of the reason I wanted to share this video is two reasons. One is to just let you know you're not alone in feeling scared. And the second thing is to give you a little bit of a laugh at something horrible. It won't fix the horribleness, but at least it'll give you a little, wow, these people are idiots chuckle. Well, let me just start with the you're not alone part of this. You're not alone in this. We're in this together, and the next 4 years we're going to survive by being together and working in solidarity and holding on to each other, just like my kitty is holding on to me. And it's going to require a lot of fight. It's going to require us to push back. It's going to require us to stand up. It's going to require us to push for a better world, even in the face of fascists who want to try to define and confine and limit the world and limit the people that they get to see in it. We need to fight for that better future where we see a world where we all get to be ourselves. And on that note, remember consistently that the state and those in power are going to try to define you, to try to tell you who to be, to try to tell you how to exist because they want to exploit us. They want to control us. They want to extract all of our labor and our energy and our love and separate us and push us against each other so they can control us. And I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen or be immaterial. They will try to do that, and it's going to hurt and be hard, and there will be factionalism and fractionalism even within solidarity that we should have. It's just going to happen. But I want you to know that there will always be people that will stand next to you, beside you, that will see you, and know that you can define yourself, that you can fight for yourself, that you get to choose who you are. Never forget that. We live in a world that tries very hard to tell you who you are, but you get to define that. And we create amongst ourselves new realities, new dreams, new ways the world can exist when we treat each other as how we wish to see each other and how we wish to see ourselves. So we will create that better world in microcosm between us, and we will fight to make it bigger and bigger against the fascists who try to make our world smaller and smaller. But on that note, and if you can hear my Kipo is he's purring right here, if that helps you a little bit. But on that note, I do want to share something a little bit funny in the darkness. I was reading the executive order around there being only two sexes from Donald Trump, and it's awful, it's terrible, and it will be used it will cause a great lot of harm. It will be used against us to hurt us. And I don't want to downplay that. Like, I'm about to make fun of something that's in it, and I'm just saying it's going to be ultimately irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but I want you to at least have a laugh at how dumb these people are. Because one of the things that is stated in the executive order is, female means a person belonging, at conception, to the sex that produces the large reproductive cell. And what's really funny is that line is clearly trying to marry anti-abortion rhetoric with anti-trans rhetoric, saying, you know, life begins at conception, and also saying your sex is defined at the moment you become life. But if you think about it, though, technically at conception, not at birth, but at conception, fetuses all start as female. And then if you are, you know, if you have certain chromosomes or whatever, you shift to be what we consider male, all that jazz. But we all technically start as female. So technically, under Trump's executive order, he has just defined everyone, literally every person, as female. Meaning he's just force-fed the entire country. So yeah, get a laugh out of that. Just goes to show you how anti-science all of this bullshit is, and how much they're just trying to define reality in a way that lets them control it. And like I said, I know that ultimately if you try to argue that in court, I'm sure Trump or whatever judge or whatever fascist you're going to argue to won't give a shit. It's going to be used to harm. But at the very least, we can take a little moment to be like, yeah, these people are fucking idiots. And that is part of our strength, that we care about each other, which they don't. And we actually, you know, try to think about the world and ourselves and introspect about each other and ourselves. Won't change the harm that they will cause, so don't get smug about it, but just, you know, take a moment to laugh at them, because it's good to laugh at fascists.